Every city has a heartbeat, a heritage that shaped its spirit. Musicians have a story to tell. When an artist arrives in this city, it's showtime, baby. That creative energy has entered the ring of fire. Welcome to Nashville. It's the story of America, a melting pot of various talents, cultures, and music. An artist believing in his passion knows that this is the place where he may get discovered, to get a shot at making it, and eventually to perform on the circle on this stage. While music is the driving force, it goes beyond music. It's overcoming obstacles. It's fighting through the bad times, inspired by the stories of those who have come before you. It's freedom. It's coming together to make Nashville strong. And perhaps what makes the Music City so entertaining to visit. In this video, we take you on a helicopter ride over the Music City, showing Vanderbilt University, the Parthenon, Centennial Park, and the Tennessee Capitol. We will take you inside the Ryman Auditorium, where the roots of Nashville's music popularity began, and of course the Grand Ole Opry, where we go backstage, then enter the highly esteemed Circle. We will take you along the neon-lighted Broadway street, where at any given time you'll see a variety of musicians performing. We will show the nature of Nashville, with a horseback ride along the creeks and forests in Mount Juliet, go bike riding at the Percy Warner mountain bike trails, explore historical areas like Franklin, Tennessee downtown, Cheekwood, a little wine tasting at the Blvd Mansion.
We love Nashville!
We'll show you the cruise options on the Cumberland River, including the mighty General Jackson. We'll meet up with the Tennessee Titan fans with some highly spirited tailgating. Give you food tips showing the brand new 5th and Broadway, the Assembly Food Hall, the Nashville Farmers Market, and the 12 South neighborhood. Tips on lodging, showing 3 campgrounds with cabins. So saddle up, come with us as we explore Nashville, a spirit like no other. Amidst the modern skyscrapers of downtown Nashville, the sun rises over the place where it all started for this town in Tennessee to become Music City, USA. The Ryman Auditorium, originally built as a church in 1892, it transitioned into a concert venue, and when the Grand Ole Opry moved in from 1943 to 1974, it propelled Nashville into the spotlight for the music industry. After the Grand Ole Opry moved out, it sat neglected for a couple of decades until it was finally restored. Today, it is one of the most celebrated venues in modern music and considered sacred ground for musicians. You can take a self-guided tour, $26 for adults, $17 for children. Next to the Ryman is the tallest skyscraper in Tennessee, the AT&T building. While many people think of Nashville solely as the country music capital, many genres of music artists have performed and recorded here. Printer's Alley became a nightclub and entertainment district, appealing to jazz artists in the 1940s. Today, an art and entertainment district where you can see live music at places like Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar, with Cajun food and Mardi Gras-themed surroundings. Some historic buildings along Broadway. Union Station, built in 1900. Now converted to a Marriott Autograph Collection hotel. Next to Union Station is the Frist Art Museum, formerly the post office. It hosts rotating exhibitions and is $10 to enter. Next to the Frist is the Customs House, now holds private office spaces. Broadway is the entertainment district in Nashville. With the honky-tonks, saloons, bars, restaurants, museums, there is plenty of excitement here. Many 3-story gathering places, like the Honky Tonk Central, with pub eats and live country music all day long. Be aware you won't normally be able to drive this fast, as it gets very crowded in the evenings. You will travel quicker by foot, but it's morning now, not too crowded. We'll come back later when the neon lights come up. But just want to give you a quick little tour now, where you can actually drive on Broadway without massive congestion. Near 5th and Broadway is the historic Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. A part of Coal Miner's Daughter was filmed here. 5th and Broadway is a brand new shopping and dining complex amidst luxury apartments and office towers. Just opened in March of 2021. We're going to have coffee here at Elixir Coffee. They have pastries, as well as a nice patio area to enjoy the morning brew. This complex has the Assembly Food Hall, with many ethnic varieties of eateries. I found this was the best place to come and get quick food, because many of the sit-down restaurants had long waits and did not answer phones for pickup orders, nor had decent websites to order from. There's a good taco shop, Velvet Taco, Okie Pokie with Hawaiian food. I found decent Thai food here at Thai Asane. They have a good website to order easily. I picked up an order and walked to the waterfront to eat. So I highly recommend, if you want decent food and don't have a couple of hours to spend, come to 5th and Broadway. Across the street is the Bridgestone Arena, home to the NHL Nashville Predators. The fans have a unique tradition where they throw catfish on the ice. I ask, why catfish? This is Nashville. Why not throw guitar picks or something music related? Now it's time to get a tour of Nashville from the sky. We head 8 miles west of downtown to John C. Toon Airport, where Helistar Aviation is located, where you can take a helicopter tour of Nashville. A 15-minute tour is $75 per person, or 20-minute tour is $109 per person. You can also get a romantic tour, which includes champagne, for $130 per person. We cross over the I-40 and 440 interchange. We then fly to Greece to tour the Parthenon. Well, not really. Nashville has its own Parthenon, located in Centennial Park. It is a full-scale replica of the one in Athens, built in 1897 as part of the Tennessee Centennial Exposition. Although it wasn't meant to be a permanent structure, but due to its popularity, it was reconstructed in the 1920s with concrete to make it a permanent structure. For $10 for adults or $8 for students, you can go inside, where there is a 42-foot statue of Athena, just like the one in Greece. Also a museum with art, and learn about the history of Centennial Park and the Parthenon. Centennial Park was created to celebrate Tennessee's 100 years as a state. Today, it is a nice urban park with a 1-mile walking trail, sunken garden, a band shell for outdoor concerts, dog park, and a lake with ducks. Across from Centennial Park is the Vanderbilt University campus. Vanderbilt Stadium was home of the then NFL Tennessee Oilers, now Titans, in 1998 before they moved into Adelphia Coliseum, now Nissan Stadium. The Vanderbilt Commodores compete in the NCAA Division I, members of the Southeastern Conference. The Vanderbilt campus is widely recognized as one of the nation's most beautiful. This is a private university. Now over Music Row on the southwest side of downtown. This is where label offices, radio stations, and many of the recording studios are located at. Off in the distance, the huge Music City Center, Nashville's convention center with trendy new restaurants. And next to the Music City Center is the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. It is $28 for the museum, or $48 to tour the historic RCA Studio B. For adults, children $10 cheaper. We fly over the Cumberland River. There are some cruises you can take on the river. The Pontoon Saloon is a 50-foot bring-your-own-beverage floating saloon equipped with a dance floor and sound system. It is $45 to $50 for a 2-hour cruise. Or how about the River Queen Pedal Pontoon? $49 for a 90-minute to 2-hour cruise. Also bring your own beverage. River Queen voyages also have single and tandem kayak rentals and tours available. There is also the General Jackson Riverboat, but we'll show more of that later when we head to the Opryland area. Back in the copter, Nissan Stadium and the Riverfront Park area. We'll come back and show in more detail after we land the copter. I want to show you the area in the northwest part of downtown. This is where the Musicians Hall of Fame Museum is located at, which honors all musicians, regardless of genre. It has interactive exhibits and shows the stories, history, and memorabilia of recorded music. It is $28 for adults, $15 for children. First Horizon Park, home of the Nashville Sounds, a AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. The Tennessee State Capitol stands today as it did when it first opened in 1859. It is one of the oldest working Capitol buildings in the U.S., only one of 12 state capitals that does not have a dome. Visitors can take a self-guided tour Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., or a 45-minute guided tour. Tours are done on a first-come, first-served basis at the first floor information desk. The Bicentennial Capitol Mall is a green space with amphitheater that stretches out a mile northwest of the Capitol steps. It is here where the Nashville Farmers Market is located, a lively daily market featuring a wide variety of local foods. Unlike 5th and Broadway, this closes early. We were here an hour before closing, which is why it looks empty. Adjacent to the Farmers Market is the Tennessee State Museum, which is free and open to the public. Well, that completes the helicopter tour. See flyhelistar.com for more info. As we head back towards downtown, we go through the 12 South neighborhood, known for its bungalow-style homes, quaint boutique shopping businesses, dessert places, and coffee shops. Like Bar Taco. We ate at one of those in Boulder, if you remember. And Edley's Barbecue, one of Nashville's highly rated barbecues. I wished I would have picked up some ribs here. And the popular 12 South Taproom and Grill. Now back in downtown, we cross the Korean Veterans Bridge. To the right, the John Siegenthaler Pedestrian Bridge. We'll bike across that bridge tomorrow when we go to the Titans tailgate party. Speaking of that game, well, looky here. The Arizona Cardinals arriving in town, now crossing the bridge. They will be playing in Nissan Stadium. It was built as Adelphia Coliseum to lure the Oilers from Houston. It also hosts large concerts. Across the river from the stadium is Riverfront Park, a nice multi-level green space which runs along First Avenue. This is where the first European settlers came to Nashville. There are historic Civil War era saloons here. However, on the other side of these buildings is 2nd Avenue, where, on Christmas Day, a bomb rocked the Music City. Fortunately, it was Saturday morning, so very few people were on the streets, and it caused no deaths other than the bomber. However, there was massive damage that forced 60 businesses to close. 31 of those businesses have since reopened, but the others are still struggling to come back. This is really a great part of Nashville, and it will come back, and we hope as soon as possible. For these people are Nashville strong. We stayed at the Days Inn in North Nashville. Not a fancy hotel, a little run down, but the location was great and it's easy on-off I-65, just 6 miles to downtown, and near the Briley Parkway, just 10 minutes to the Opryland area. I will say there was not much of a pet area, but there was a grassy area on the Super 8 property next door, so that's where I walked for Bella. However, I like the convenience of the Days Inn for parking next to the room. Also near here, a little closer to the Opryland area, are 3 campgrounds. First, the KOA, with the normal full hookups you tend to get with KOA. Some with full bath and shower, and some handicapped friendly. If I would have known how nice they were, I would have stayed here. Also here is Two Rivers Campground with electric hookups, free Wi-Fi, and live entertainment. Next to the Two Rivers Campground is the Nashville RV Resort and Cabins. Again, full hookups, and they also have several quaint cabins to choose from. These 3 campgrounds just 5 minutes to the Opryland area. It's game day. A quick aerial before the temporary flight restriction is in place in downtown. Gonna get some coffee, then bike to the stadium. There's a lot of fancy coffee shops in downtown, but they had long waits. So I walked to this Panera Bread that's in the same block as Ryman Auditorium and 5th and Broadway. Not nearly the wait. and a large selection of pastries. I love their soufflés. Just as we sat down, the Arizona Cardinal buses passed by heading to the stadium. A Cardinal fan there. I'm being friendly, but today I'm a Titan fan. Time to hop on a bike and head over to the Siegenthaler Bridge to Nissan Stadium. I find the tailgate parties are a great way to really get a pulse of the spirit of a city. And I have to say, the spirit is high here. I found people being very friendly, even offering free food. Tom here cooking up some steaks. Loves living in Nashville. The Blue Crew is a very energetic drum line that you often see before Titan games. Corey here sporting a nice hairdo. They are also available to perform at other events. See TennesseeTitans.com/cheerleaders/Blue Crew drumline for more info. All that spirit, however, couldn't propel the Titans to victory on this day. The home team would lose. The Cardinal fans would be the ones celebrating. But the Titans would come back the next 2 weekends and win. With the temporary flight restrictions over the stadium due to the game, going to go outside of downtown now. We take the Briley Parkway to one of Nashville's most popular attractions, the Grand Ole Opry. Opryland provides many things to do, as well as seeing the Opry House. The massive Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center is here. This resort isn't just a place to stay, but is an attraction all on its own. On the inside, a glass roof atrium with cascading waterfalls, 9 acres of tropical vegetation, and a quarter-long indoor mini Delta riverboat cruise. The Grand Ole Opry is great to visit even if you don't like country music. It really shows the history of Nashville and of music. The backstage tour takes you behind the scenes with a 3D film, Tammy Wynette's Rolls Royce, and you see 20 different dressing rooms. Then walk out to one of the most cherished stages in the music industry. Take a picture of yourself. It is $36 per person for the backstage tour. Across from the Grand Ole Opry is the Opry Mills Mall. And here is Madame Tussauds, a wax museum of music stars. $23 for adults, $18 for children. There are also some unique dining places here. The Aquarium Restaurant, where you can get seafood and steak and dine surrounded by a huge fish tank filled with tropical sea creatures. There is also a rainforest-themed restaurant where you can enjoy dining amidst jungle flora and animatronic animals. Also a 50s-themed diner. Dave & Buster's, a large arcade with a bar for the adults. Opry Mills Theater, the Nashville store where you can pick up souvenirs. Also here is the General Jackson Riverboat Cruise, one of the largest showboats ever built, as well as a great view as you sail down the Cumberland River. There is top entertainment on the boat in Southern-style cuisine. The cruise is about 2.5 hours long. You can do a cruising show only without the meal, $41 for adults, $27 for children. Or with the meal, it's $62 for adults, $38 for children, plus 9% tax and $4 processing fee. The boat named after our 7th president, Andrew Jackson. You can visit his home, titled Hermitage, 8 miles east of the Opry House. General Jackson known for saving New Orleans during the War of 1812, propelling the U.S. to victory. Now ready to dig into the nature of the Nashville area. Gonna take I-40 west to Mount Juliet, which is about 30 minutes west of downtown. We pass the Percy Priest Dam and Lake. This lake has campgrounds and marinas and is popular for fishing. Mount Juliet is considered the gateway to the Appalachians, although no mountains here, but one of the more scenic parts of the Nashville metro area, and thus a great place for horse riding. Juro Stables is one of the most popular for horse rides in Nashville. They are open year-round and offer rides 7 days a week. You have to call or text for reservations. Rides are around $35 to $50. They have several scenic trails. My horse's name was Dallas, with beautiful braided hair. This is a great way to experience the nature of Nashville.
I can feel it now. Nashville, son, here I come. Goodbye, love, I'm moving on. I'm going where my heart is from. Nashville, son, here I come. So here I come.
Okay, now we're going to head to the other side of Nashville, the southwest side of downtown, taking West End Avenue to some historical areas. Long before Nashville became known as the Music City, the Blvd Mansion was the city's first attraction, located 7 miles west of downtown. Today, this sanctuary of Southern hospitality offers guided tours. It was Nashville's first winery. You can enjoy complimentary food and wine tastings here.
We love Nashville!
Well, all right.
There is also an on-site restaurant here. It's hot today, so I'm going to cool off with some ice cream. Just a pleasant place to hang out. There is also a thoroughbred horse farm and bourbon tasting here. It is $18 to enter the grounds, or $26 if you want a guided walk through the 1853 Greek Revival mansion. That includes a complimentary wine tasting.
I left home, running towards something in Nashville, hoping my heart could make itself clear this time. 'Cause they all said you'll find the answer in Nashville.
Just a couple miles south of the Blvd Mansion is Cheekwood, a 55-acre botanical garden, art museum, arboretum, and historic 1930s Georgian-style estate. It was built by the Maxwell House coffee fortune. It has paved paths along Rock Stream and lush garden, as well as an elevated cafe to enjoy the views. The gardens and mansion admission is $25 for adults, $18 for youth 3 to 17.
Or write a song, sing it like you're fine.
Next to Cheekwood is the Percy Warner Golf Course, and across from the golf course is the trailhead for the Percy Warner Mountain Bike Trails. This is really a great place to come for all levels of bike riders or hikers, because there are both dirt trails and nice paved asphalt trails. 14 miles, 9 intermediate trails and 2 easy trails. A good surface, hard-packed dirt. Trails are clearly marked.
Tennessee was sweet to me and said the right thing.
On the other side of the parking lot is a paved trail. There is both a 6-mile loop and an 11-mile loop.
'Cause I've been looking for you.
Another good place to visit 30 minutes south of Nashville is Franklin, Tennessee, a Civil War era historic town. Downtown has Victorian buildings, Main Street lined with galleries, antique shops, eateries. This is also one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. You can see why. It's near Nashville, yet far enough away where you got plenty of room to breathe. Nice countryside.
Maybe this had nothing to do with Nashville, 'cause it was you, always deep within my bones.
And now we head back to Broadway to show you the nightlife. A tip on parking. I found it was best to park in Stadium Lot R and just walk on the Siegenthaler Bridge to Broadway. It's $5 or free after dark. Now, if you want a great dining experience and have the time, check out one of the many rooftop bars and restaurants. There's Acme Feed and Seed, a multi-level venue with live music, cocktails, and creative cuisine. There's the Nashville Underground, a large 4-level venue serving Southern staples with live music, TVs, and a couple of rooftop decks. Also the Redneck Riviera with brews and barbecue. I chose the Rock Bottom Restaurant and Brewery, serving upscale pub food. They were one of the very, very few restaurants that I could find that would take an order over the phone. A Glen Campbell Museum is on the second floor. Nashville is famous for barbecue, but I couldn't get any of the barbecue places to take an order. So instead I had these Cajun fish tacos and took it out on the riverfront to eat. Delicious. Strap on your boots and grab your friends. Nashville is famous for its open-air party buses and wagons, usually equipped with sound systems, lights, dance floor. In the true country experience, ride a wagon being pulled by a tractor. With Nashville Tractor, $35 for 1 hour and 15-minute tour. Also, the Nashville Party Wagon, $43 for an hour and 45-minute tour. Or get some cardio while sipping a brew with the Pedal Tavern, with either a Broadway tour or Midtown tour, both 90 minutes for $45. Or maybe a romantic horse and carriage ride. I know people must think I'm a really tough dude. Who would walk into a bar with a poodle in his backpack? You'd have to be tough, right? Kind of like A Boy Named Sue. That's a reference to a Johnny Cash song. A funny song, gotta listen to it if you've never heard it. Speaking of Cash, here's the Johnny Cash Museum and Cafe. Some would say he built this town to what it is today. When you walk along Broadway, you hear many varieties of music. Many of the bars have the windows removed or open so that the sound flows into the street. Many musicians who have reached the pinnacle of success have opened their own bars in Nashville, like Florida Georgia Line, Jason Aldean, a huge southern eatery and saloon on 4 levels with live music, TVs, and a rooftop bar. Dierks Bentley Whiskey Row, non-country artists like Kid Rock, has a multi-level honky-tonk. Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, which is a big chain. Just about every beach city in Florida has a Margaritaville. Some other bars and restaurants are Old Red, a spacious tavern with fried chicken, redneck nachos, and a rooftop bar. Rippy's Honky Tonk, the Whiskey Bent Saloon, a vibrant, rustic tavern. Candy Kitchen, a Savannah-based company that we showed in our Savannah video. Honky Tonk Central, the Mellow Mushroom, a funky art-filled stone oven-baked pizzeria. There is so much more here on Broadway. Not enough time to name them all. So you see, Broadway Nashville has got it going on. We end at perhaps the most symbolic place of the spirit of Nashville. The Blvd Cafe, a seemingly insignificant spot in an ordinary strip mall, nothing that would bring attention to itself. But inside here are personal stories where musicians worked hard, got their break, and became famous. Vince Gill, Taylor Swift, Lady Antebellum, Dierks Bentley, Keith Urban, and Garth Brooks, to name a few. Hardworking people pursuing their passions were discovered here, then to go on to the big stage. For music gets right to your soul. That's the story of Nashville. It's a convergence of people arriving here with a talent and a dream. It's persisting through the tough times. It's about heart and soul. It's what gives Nashville a spirit like no other and provides so much inspiration for so many. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Music City in the comments below. We have listed places featured in this video in the description to help you plan your Nashville getaway. We are Tampa Aerial Media. We film travel promos across the USA. For licensing or stock footage, contact us at info@tampaaerialmedia.com. Although the footage of musicians in this video is not available for purchase. Well, we have certainly enjoyed our 2-video trip to Tennessee. This is really a great state. And if you want to create some good memories, come to Tennessee. Next year, wanting to do Knoxville and Memphis. For now, we head back to Florida with videos of West Palm Beach, Miami, and the Florida Keys in the coming months.
I know I won't forget those times we had in Tennessee.
From the Music City, I wish you blessings to you wherever you may be.